Dave Good and Vance Campley are here with me again today. How are you two doing?
I'm good.
Very good.
Alright, so let's go
Doing
ahead
very
and
good.
crack into the questions. First thing I want to ask is why are you dressed like that, Mr. Capley?
I'm a big fan of the TV show The Avengers, and my friend Eileen, who's probably watching this right now. Eileen, I dressed up like Steve. I couldn't find my Batman suit. It's at the cleaners.
I thought you couldn't find your Emma Peel costume.
Shh, tell no one.
Sorry, let it out.
Dang.
Alright, let's get into the serious questions here.
That wasn't a serious question.
We're gonna move past it. From what I understand, one of the most popular features on your Good Stuff blog is when Mr. Good talks about the alternate universe in his head. What exactly is that all about?
Well, it's not anything really special. I'm a fanboy, and I'm sure every other fanboy out there imagines different things. It's a lot of it comes down to stunt casting, who you would cast in a movie, say a 1940s movie. I always imagined a 1940s Batman movie, specifically starring Robert Taylor as Bruce Wayne / Batman, with Paulette Goddard as the Catwoman, and Paulette Goddard's husband would have been perfect as the Penguin. As a matter of fact, her husband was Burgess Meredith, and he ended up playing the Penguin in the 60s. So it's a lot of stunt casting. The alternate universe sort of thing was a little while ago. I was watching a Tarzan movie, a Johnny Weissmuller Tarzan. And of course, the Weissmuller Tarzans barely have anything to do with the Tarzan that appears in Edgar Rice Burroughs' books. And then it hit me. What if this is an alternate universe Tarzan? And watching one of the movies, Jane is called Jane Parker. And in the books, she's Jane Porter. In the movies with Weissmuller, she's British. And in the books by Edgar Rice Burroughs, she's American. So I said, wait a minute, this whole Johnny Weissmuller Tarzan thing is an alternate universe. And going a little bit further, somebody else came up with the theory that the Tarzan that Ron Ely played on the TV show in the mid-60s was actually Boy from the Weissmuller Tarzan movies grown up and going back to the jungle and taking over where his father left off. And that seemed like a great alternative universe storyline.
I always felt like that with the Johnny Weissmuller Tarzan. I felt like that I enjoyed the movies as a kid, but when you go back and watch them now and compare him to the idealized version of Tarzan, like you said, it's two different, completely different characters almost. But yeah, there we go.
So on the Good Stuff blog, in the Good Stuff blog, however you want to call that, we've done some posters where we've done some stunt casting, like we did a stunt casting for the Sea Devils comic book. We've done stunt casting for Challengers of the Unknown. We did a stunt casting poster for a Magnus Robot Fighter movie that everybody seemed to enjoy.
Don't forget the Eva Lynn and
How dare you? Steve Holland.
Steve Holland poster.
The greatest male model ever, Steve Holland.
I named off Eva Lynn, and he's talking about my Emma Peel costume. And no, seriously, that poster got a lot of attention as well.
Oh yeah.
I was shocked. It was like a faux movie poster, but it was like.
And speaking of alternate universe, that's what I really thought of. I said to myself, Steve Holland was an actor aside from being a model, but he posed for all these men's sweat magazines, and I just had the idea, wouldn't it have been a cool world that Steve Holland actually made movies based on these sweat magazine stories, he and Eva Lynn, where he was either, the intrepid jungle explorer, sort of like Jungle Jim, or he was, just the manly American GI keeping the world safe for democracy and fighting Nazi garbage and stuff like that. Thought that would have been a fantastic series of movies. And what was that comic book series, the 50s, where they used him as the model for Comic Book Cowboy?
Oh my goodness.
Bob Colt.
Yeah.
And it was Charlton? Was it Charlton? Fawcett.
Fawcett, I believe.
They didn't want to buy the rights to use any particular movie cowboy to make a comic book series about. So they created their own character, Bob Colt, and they used photo covers of featuring Steve Holland, and it was just something. I'm sure kids back then, when the comic came out, said, "Hey, where are these Bob Colt movies? Who is this Bob Colt?" And it just stuck in my mind. In this alternate universe that runs through my head, he was actually making Bob Colt movies.
Steve Holland is an alternate universe in himself. Look at this. He's been Bob Colt. He's been Flash Gordon. He has been Doc Savage. He's been Tarzan on any covers, or Tarzan Prestige.
I know there were a couple of Gold Key comic book covers where he was Magnus the Robot Fighter. He was the Avenger.
Yeah, that's right.
On a series of paperback covers, he was Jason Stryker.
Yeah, that's right.
During the martial arts craze, he was a judo character called Jason Stryker. So yeah, Steve Holland is an alternate universe on his own.
Okay, so we're going to cut here. Now, would this be the time that I say for an instance? Would this be the time that I say for an instance? Because
I think we just went through the first.
Yeah, you went through like the whole thing.
The first
okay.
Instance. So you can just close up now.
Okay. All right. Ready? We're going to go ahead.
Is there another question after that, or
no?
No, that was the last question.
Yeah.
For instance, and then we were going to go into the whole spiel. And
which was it was great how natural it just kind of came out. Okay. Again, I'd like to thank both of you gentlemen for. Okay. Again, I'd like to thank. Why? Why do I suck? Okay.
I don't know. You'd have to ask yourself.
Self? Okay. Again, I'd like to thank both of you gentlemen for coming on today, and I hope to see you back soon.
Okay, it's been a pleasure, and I hope to be back here soon.
Why, certainly!
Oh my God. I'm not just playing Abbott to his Costello. Now I'm playing Mo Howard to his Curly. No, strike that. Mo was an idiot, too.
Thank you to both of you gentlemen.
Thank you, Steve.